Hi, this is Lindsay Sudeikis, and it's the end of September in 2020. I have been sitting in prayer and solitude and sort of that vastness of the heart for the last several weeks and several months with something percolating about the correlation between ancestral healing and this current moment, and specifically the current moment of the racial reckoning that white folks and white passing folks who dwell in the United States of America um, are inside of. And so I'm just going to share here for a few minutes about, with an invitation, really, that one of the ways white folks can tend um, this current moment is really cleaning up and relationally tending their own ancestral back bodies. So I've had lots of conversations and wonderings with from dear friends of mine and friends of friends and acquaintances about what can be done right now in order to turn up in accountability and in relationship and in integrity as a white person living in the United States of America. And there's loads of things that need to be done. And one thing that can be done in the spoke, one spoke on that big wheel of a way to bring medicine, to bring healing, to bring antidote would be for you, if you're listening and you're white or white passing, would be to learn how is it that you can drop in to connection with your ancestral back body. So perhaps like your more ancient ancestors, not the recent ones, not even the ones in the last 500 or 1,000 years. But how about those ancestors of yours who were, pre-colonization, pre-imperialism, those ancestors of yours that were connected to the land, that were in relationship with the landscape, with the local bodies of water, with the spirits of the mountain, the spirits of the land, the both seen and unseen realms. And so by you coming into relationship and reconnection with your own ancestral back body of those ancient grandmas or those ancient ancestors of yours, male ancestors of yours, or ancient ancestors, you can then start to listen in. What were some of the wisdoms and medicines and blessings, gifts of your own people? And when listening in, you can then ask for them to start giving you some of the download and energy and strength and fortitude to live your life in that way currently in this particular moment. And then as you continue to come into relationship with this ancestral guide, if you will, this more ancient grandfather, I would encourage you to then ask that grandfather to put all of the grandfathers, maybe those more recent ones who were colonizers, who were complicit, maybe implicitly with their white privilege living in the United States, like my Irish ancestors, for example, some of whom became white when they left. They fled Ireland even after the famine and turned up in the United States in the late 1800s, 1880s and 1890s, So, but asking that further back ancestral guide, if you will, to put all those grandfathers like inside a prayer cocoon so that the healing can start to happen. And the grief work and the shame work and the body work that needs to happen, you can then do, and those grandfathers can do, even though they're in the other realm, but you being backed and anchored in that ancestral guide who's actually tapped in to the mountains and, you know, the mycelial network of luminosity and blessing and holiness. And so they're like holding you, and they're holding all those grandfathers in between. So this is just a snapshot. I have lots more to say of this. You can hear it in the passion of my voice. And and many others, I'm sure, right, who are into this sort of work, would love to facilitate and drop you into sessions, and really as a way to turn up in this particular moment of fall 2020. How is it that you can turn up and be in relational accountability as a white person? So if anything resonates, you can reach me at my website, right? My website's Omnia Sancta, OMNIA, Sancta, SANCTA. There's my name, right? Lindsay Sudeikis, and my email address is a combination of those, sudeikis@omniasancta.org. Blessings to you, and yeah, come to being in relationship, and let's tend the cultural healing, one heart at a time, one ancestral story at a time.